Hello and happy Wednesday. Hope everybody had a wonderful day today. This is a special YouTube live only that I am doing, and I first want to thank everybody for helping me reach my YouTube goal back in April. I had a goal to meet 150 subscribers by my birthday, which was April 23rd, and I met it. So thank you guys so much. I really appreciate you spending time watching my videos, loving all my cards. It's absolutely amazing. So thank you guys so much. But a couple things before we start. If this is your first time watching me, please put this emoji down in the comments. I would love to say hello and welcome you to my channel. Make sure that you have subscribed and hit the bell so that you're notified anytime that I post a video or go live. All right. We also, Stampin' Up is having our all sweets and sweet products buy one get one. Hey Amy, how are you? Thank you. So it is from June 3rd into the 30th. All sweets and any products within those sweets, you buy one and you get one half off. So if you're interested in that, let me know. If you need any help with that. Also, I would love to send you a card in the mail. Hey Bev, how are you? I'd love to send you a card in the mail. If you are interested in that, go ahead and sign up for my email list, and there's a place you can put your address and your birthday and month, and I will add you to my birthday card list as well. All right, so let's get into it. So tonight I'm doing my YouTube live special video here that I promised you guys, and I'm having a giveaway. So these are the items that you'll need to know for the giveaway. It's going to start at the end of this live video. And how you're going to enter is you need to be subscribed to my YouTube channel here. Be subscribed to my Created by Cassie email list, which the link is in the description. And then comment on my Created by Cassie video, this video right here, after the live stream ends. Because I won't be able to see the live comments after the video ends. So after the video ends, if you can go to the video itself on my channel and comment within there, that will be your entry there. And I will put, hey Debbie, how are you? I will be putting an emoji on the screen at the end of the video. So when you comment in the comment section of the actual video, not the live, but the video, go ahead and put that emoji in there, and I will know that you are wanting to enter the giveaway. And I am going to do two different items. So one is going to be the Created by Cassie box, and that's going to have just some of my favorite things that I love to play with and use when making my cards that I would like to share with one of you. And then one person is going to win the card that I'm making on the live tonight. So definitely stay tuned to the end. If you are watching this on replay, put hashtag replay. You can also enter the giveaway. It's going to end on June the 11th at midnight. So once this live ends, you can start to enter by going to that video and making sure you're subscribed to both items, and then put the emoji. All right, and I will announce the winners on my live on the 16th. So all right, so let me go ahead. I'm going to point you down here. All right, are you guys ready to see what I've created? It's so cool. I'm really proud of myself. All right, this is what we are going to be creating. Is this not the cutest thing ever? It sits up all by itself, and it also will fold flat. And it'll fit in a 5x7 envelope that you can mail. And see, it folds completely flat here. Isn't that so cute? Hey Jen, how are you doing? So fun. I've used a ton of different Stampin' Up products here. Some are current, some are were retired when I used them, and some have started to retire. Here, hey Erin, yeah, this is one of Erin's favorite cards. And what's funny is when I showed Erin this, she was like, "You can't top this card, the color scheme and everything." And I said, "I bet I can." And she's like, "I don't think you can." And I did. I did a full pink one. How cute is that? I love it. It also sits up, and it also will fold flat. So I did top it for her. So she can confirm that, but this one was her favorite after seeing the pink. But we're going to do these colors for tonight. And as I was saying, I have used a bunch of different Stampin' Up products, current and retired, and currently retiring products. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you how I created this. So let me pop it down here. All right. So to start with, I have my base here, and this is just oh, and this is an Artistically Cassie video. And with my Artistically Cassie videos, if you are part of my email list, then I will send you the recipe card that has the dimensions for this within a week of this video going live on my channel. So if you want the dimensions for this, go ahead, make sure you are on that email list, because if you are, then you will get that within a week of this video. All right, so I have my card base here. This is Petunia Pop, which is one of my absolute favorite colors. And I have scored it down here. And what we're gonna do is we're just going to fold it. We don't really want to crease it or burnish it, because we want it to kind of flip backwards here. Okay. And before we put our mechanism on, we're going to build the front of our card. All right, so this is part of our back there. All right, so I have used the Everyday Arches. These are still a current product. My online store is linked in the description. I love these dies. These are my absolute favorite dies probably ever. Jen cracks up at me because she was like, I hated those dies in the beginning, but I made her love them. So this is using the Everyday Arches dies, and I cut out, I think this is the next to largest. No, this is the largest. This is the largest arch, as well as this is the largest arch with the next largest cut out of the middle. And for this, what we're gonna do, these are going to go together with my, where are my little pieces here? Looks like I forgot to cut them. That's okay, we'll cut them right now. They are little pieces like this, out of basic white. I could have sworn I cut them, but you know how that happens. You think you do it, and then you forget. All right, so we're gonna go with this, and I need 3 of them. And for this, pretty sure I did 1/8 of an inch, so I'm just gonna cut that and make sure. Just make sure, because I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Made this card a little while ago. I had to perfect it. Yep, that's 1/8 of an inch, so we're gonna do 3 of those. So 1, 2, and 3. Yes, thank you, Debbie. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Yes, that really helps my channel a whole lot. All right, so we're going to start with our arch here, and I have already put little dots. I've already measured it out and put the little dots here where I'm going to want to line up my shelves right here. And to line those up, what I'm going to use is my foam adhesive strips. These are wonderful. I have these in my online shop. You can go and get. They look like this, and you just can peel them off and use them, whoops, however you want to use them. And for this, we are going to go straight across here, but I'm going to cut this first so I know where to stop. There we go. All right, so I'm going to just grab a little bit of this, and you can always piece this together. So I'm just going to stick this, and this foam adhesive strip basically fits perfect on this this shelf here, just like that. If you can see, maybe that way. So that's going to be for that one. And then let's go ahead, and these are hard to pick up. All right, so this one we're going to cut right here. And I'm just trying to line it up with the dots that are going around the arch there. You can always trim off a little bit more once you put the top arch on. So here we go. And then I want just a tiny one. Nope, that's not a piece of this. So let's just do, I love these strips because you can piece them together so easily. There we go. All right, then, no, we don't want to put it down yet, Cassie. Getting ahead of myself. All right, we have one more to do, and then we can put them down. All right. Cut this one as well. Whoops, flip this over. Let's see, let's cut this. Oops, took it with me. How are you guys doing today? This is not my normal live day, but it's a very exciting live day. So thankful to you guys for spending your time with me, watching my videos, and subscribing to my channel. It's really amazing. All right, so I took the strip off the back, and I'm just going to line the center of the side of these to the dot. So this is going to go right across that dot. And put that over. You can also kind of pick it up to make sure that you have it straight. So at least for me, I can measure wrong sometimes. All right, so I'm gonna stick this one here, and then that one there. Did I do these out of order? No, I don't think I did, because this one up here is a little bit shorter. All right, and if you watched the video that I did on the, oh shoot, it's the Friends, is it Friends Forever, Friends something, I'm gonna have to look it up. It was about a month and a half ago. In that video, I had the idea to make this. I made them, the girls in there looking out the window, and I was like, oh, I can make that into a bookcase, and that would look so cool. And I did. All right, so we're gonna take our top here, our top arch, and it's just gonna fit right over here. And what I'm gonna do for this is I'm gonna stick the little pieces all around the side here, and set the arch right on top of it, because that seemed for me to be easier than to do it the opposite way. So I just did every little bit around. And you definitely want to make sure that you get the corners really, really well. You don't want it to, especially if you are going to mail it which probably is going to need extra postage, but if you're going to mail it, definitely want to have those corners reinforced with that, with this foam adhesive strips. All right, that's a little bit over. And the nice thing is that what I did this basic white, and these strips here are white, so they blend in. You won't see them as if it was, you know, doing this petunia pop, and then you would see, you know, a white piece of foam strip. So just gonna cut some more. I'm just going up the sides here. I'm trying to get as close to the edge without going over the edge. So I just want to make sure that my frame has enough support, because it's very flimsy, and I don't want it to get torn or bent. Whoops. All right, and then as you go up the arch here, no sir, get out of there. Sorry, my dogs are trying to get in my trash can. I thought we had passed this phase, but we apparently have not. I need to bring back over my trash can that has the locking lid. I thought I could do without it, but nope. All right. And these adhesive strips will kind of curve around these arches if you need them to. This one wasn't very good. There we go. It's a little bit better. All right, and I'm just going to do a small piece here at the top. I have to stick to my scissors. All right, let's get this one here. All right, I'm going to put one right there, just to make sure, because this is an important part of the card, so you want to make sure that it is secured. If you want, you can go all the way around. I just didn't think that was, I didn't need to go all the way around and use all of that. So, but if you want to, you can. I'm just going to stick a piece right up the side here, just to make sure. Yep. All right, now what I'm going to do is, I started at the bottom, so I'm going to take these off. Look guys, I found my bowl. It fell into the shred bin, of all places, but I found it. I love this bowl. Perfect. All right, so I have just the shelf down here, the bottom part of this shelf, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to pull this a little closer. I'm just going to line up one corner with the corner of the bookcase back here. And then I'm going to try to line up the other side. And you also want to make sure when you're lining it up that you are covering your adhesive strips. There we go. All right, so we can now take these off. Whoops, I don't want to knock that on the floor. All right, I'm just going to pull this straight up. Pop that down there. I think the hardest part of this card is the cutting. There's just a lot of cutting of the pieces, but it's pretty simple to get it together. All right, this needs to come over. And if you don't push down too much on your strips, your adhesive strips, you can pick them back up. Normally, like usually. Sometimes you get one that's really sticky. I took that off, right? Nope. All right. And it should match up at the top here. Notice I say should. Put that there. There we go. All right. This piece, I'm going to take this one off for a second. I need to get this one to fit, and then I need to fit that other one. The arch is pretty forgiving. You just have to be gentle with it. And I'm just going to do a little teeny weeny piece here. Let's pull this off. I'm going to grab my little tool here. There we go. Pull it this way, and I am going to go this way. I'm just going to try to line it up here underneath so that it is not showing, because I got a little high on the bottom. Here we go. Just want to make sure it's underneath and you can't see it when you're looking at it this way. So there we go, we've got our bookcase. Isn't that cute? And then you may have some little edges over, you know, where your shelves are. You can just trim those off with your paper snips carefully, because you don't want to cut your, whoops, you don't want to cut the side of your bookcase. And we'll get this one. I think this side looks pretty good. Oh, that's so pretty. Okay. Now we can go to our back here, and what I did was, this is our, this is actually retiring now. I think they just put it on the last, definitely a Cassie card in colors. It is, isn't it, Debbie? Yeah. You guys know I love my Petunia Pop. So this is on the last chance list, as of yesterday. Was yesterday's? Well, yeah, yesterday. So if you like this paper, go ahead and grab that. But this is the most adored, and this is just gonna fit right up here, and we're just gonna make it so that it looks the same amount of space around right there, around the top left and right. And I'm just going to glue this down. Whoops. All right. Just going to carefully get this down here. And I like the green glue because it gives me time to move it around if I need to. All right. Perfect. All right, then I have a piece of, this is, pretty sure that this is our new cloud cover, right? Is that cloud cover? I think that, or is it pool party? Might be pool party. No, it's cloud cover. This is cloud cover. And this is just going to go right here. But what I've done, I don't know if you can tell, I did a little, see if I can get it to show you here. Go this way maybe. Nope, it's not going to show. They have little score lines at 1/4 of an inch to make it look like, kind of like a shiplappy look. Kind of like the, it's not showing up on camera. Kind of like the, what is it called? Board and batten or whatever. Something like that. Just to kind of give it like a little bit of a fancier kind of look, since we have an arched bookcase. It's kind of fancy in itself, right? And I'm just going to glue this down. I only did I only did 3 score lines because you're not going to see in between. I did 3 score lines on each side. On the 2 edges here, the left and the right. And I'm going to line this up with the bottom of our card part, and that's where the where this score mark is. You want it to sit right on there. And the reason you want that is because when we go to put it so that it can sit up, we want to make sure that we have that part covered and we're not going to see that purple coming through. We're going to put the basic beige over it, but it's still, you can see the purple through it if you don't get it right at the bottom edge. Ask me how I know, because how many I made of these. Made a lot to make my tweaks. All right, and then we need our piece back here. I did do that, like I did. So we need our, this is the kind of like the little ledge that people put on that. Is it wainscoting? I don't know what it's called. But we are just going to, I have it cut to the exact measurement of the blue, the cloud cover and the DSP up here. And I'm going to grab my strips. No, I'm not, because did I use strips on it? I did not. The strips are a little bit thicker, and I don't want it too thick that I can't double up my dimensionals on my bookcase here so that it will sit evenly. All right, so we're going to take these off. There we go. And I'm just going to line it up here. It doesn't really matter how far, as long as you're covering the where they meet, where the two papers meet, that's the goal. So if you want it higher or lower, you can stick it wherever you want. And if you want to change the dimensions of these, you can do that as well. This was just how I chose to do this. All right, so we can now put our bookcase on. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it this way. I want to see where I put my dimensionals so that I'm not hitting this right here. All right, so we're going to put one here. And I do recommend over dimensioning this. It's got quite a bit of stuff on the inside that kind of want to make sure that it's secure, so that it's not, at least if you're going to mail it, so that it's not going to poke a hole, because there is a space in between. So you want to make sure you kind of get it as flush as you kind of can. Can't get it fully flush, but at least if you have them close enough together, then you should be good. All right, so that's going to go like that. Yep. And see here, it fits over, it fits directly over our popped up piece here. I left this middle piece here without any dimensionals because it's going to hit right there. And these other dimensionals are going to pop up just the bookcase here. But before I put it down, I want to put my little piece of, it's like a molding or whatever that you have, you know, kind of at the bottom of your kick molding. I don't know what it's called. Some kind of molding. But we want that to be as close as it can be there. And then we have this piece here that goes, oh, I didn't cut it down all the way. It goes right on here as out part of like our carpet. And I embossed this with the Distressed Tile embossing folder. It's one of my favorites, but it's retired. But I used it anyways because I could. So what I'm going to do with this is going to go down here, and then the molding is going to, this piece, this strip of basic beige is going to hit right against it. So I need to trim this down. Just need to make sure that it is the same length. So this is, let's see, it's easier for me to do it this way. I like my retractable ones. All right, so that is 4 3/4. All right, we're gonna cut that right there. Yep, and then I just need to take, pretty sure that was 1/8 that I take off. Let's go this way. It doesn't want to stay flat because it's embossed. All right, there we go. Perfect. All right, so what we want to do, this piece is going to go down here. We want it pretty flush to that score mark, and then we want this strip to be the same, like that. But we also want to make sure we have enough room where we want our bookcase to be, which we do. So what I did first was I did the floor part, the embossed piece. And I'm going to get that as close to this score line as I can without going over, because you still want it to bend. You want it to be able to sit up on its own. All right, and then we have our little piece of molding here. Make sure I can get it down there. Yep. All right, so I'm just going to put a little tiny bead of glue directly on the bottom here. And I'm going to start with one side and line it up, go across, and then I'm going to fold it up and push down so that I kind of get it flush. When it's going to set up, it's going to be flush, and you're not going to see that purple under it. Like that. You can see, you can't see that purple under it. If you open it this way, you can see it, but when you have it closed, you're not able to see it. That's the way that you want to have it pushed down. Yep, and that still will sit right there. Perfect, and it doesn't go up. All right, now we can put our bookcase on here. So I'm going to take these dimensionals off. Well, the dimensional backings. Let's see. Love my dimensionals. I actually just put in an order for some more because I've gone through them so quickly. All right, I am going to pull this up kind of at the angle I'm thinking I'm going to have it, and stick this here and kind of visually look to see that it is centered. Come off. And I liked mine to be kind of flush to the bottom, to this piece down here. But you can do it floating a little bit if you want. You can put an extra piece of the cardstock as molding or something in front of it. However you like it. Oh, that's so cute. All right, now we are going to do our back. And for this, I did this pretty simply. It's just a little piece that I scored in the middle. I cut, or not in the middle, I scored it at a spot. but I glued it down here. I left it undone here. This is dimensionaled on, and you just stick this underneath, and then it just sits. Isn't that cute? So how I did that, I have my little piece here, and again, I did not burnish it. You don't want to burnish it. And I'm just going to kind of look at this and see. I pretty much just kind of visually did it, because when I tried to measure it, it didn't seem to work each time. How do I go? I have to look at that in a minute, Bev. If you're asking the to get the dimensions for this, it's just my email list, and I'm pretty sure are you on it or not? I'm not sure, but it's in my description. I can also add you I can add you myself if you want. All right, I think you might be on it though. Did you get my email yesterday? I sent an email yesterday. If you did, you're on it. All right, so kind of want it about there. You just want to make sure you have enough of this coming back so that it's going to be able to hold it up. And I think that is good. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue. Let's see. My neighbor's home, in case you're wondering. I know I was wondering, but that's what Dublin is saying. The neighbor is home. All right. Hold this a little. Okay, and then it should just sit just like that. All right, so what we're gonna do is take, I have the little piece here, and I've already put the 4 dimensionals here, and I'm gonna take these off. And I'm gonna kind of look and see. Should be about there. And I'm just going to line these up right where, whoops, right where I have my piece right there. And then we're just gonna hold it up and see. Yep. And so we can just take it out or put it back in. And if you don't push down, you can adjust it over, which is what I'm gonna do. Maybe. There we go. I'm just gonna pull it over here. There we go. And that's Winston, and he's telling you there's a dog walking. Stella's saying hi to the boys. Oh yeah, I'm sure she hears them. They're going crazy. All right, so now we have it sitting up. You just push that down, and when you are ready to take it down, you just take the piece out, and it will fold completely flat, other than whatever you have popped up on the front. All right. Whoops. Yep. Perfect. And we have the bottom here is pretty, it's pretty straight. So we did pretty good lining that up. All right. Now's the fun part. We are going to decorate it. So what I did, I used a bunch of different sets. So I used the Turtly Awesome for the little birds right here. I used those as these cute little bookends to hold the books. So I did those, and that's from the Turtly Awesome. For this, it might be the Great Dane. He likes this Great Dane that walks by, and that's usually his sign. It's the Great Dane. So this basket, and this basket, yeah, those came from Crafting With You. It's got the basket you can, you stamp, it's got a stamp. You stamp it, and then it has the piece you can cut it out, and then the basket is this piece right here. So I used that, and then of course I used for the books, this one here, one of my favorites, and I stamped with this set of books and this set of books, and I fussy cut them all out. So it's this one and this one, and I just stamped them a bunch of times, and I just colored them whatever colors I wanted. I kind of tried to group them in similar-ish colors. Like these are kind of the pinks, these are kind of the purplish colors, and this is like the blue, and that's like grayish, blue, gray, green. These are like the teal color. I just kind of placed them where I thought they looked good. And then the little dog is from the Umbrella Days. He's so stinking cute. I love him so much. Oh, and the plant is from the Attention Shoppers. It's this one here. I love this set too. And I think that is all the die cuts. This one here that I used for the rug, little rug right here, is from the textured notes dies. These, I have a piece of tape on here for some reason. It's these, and it was this one, and we're actually going to need it because we're going to have to cut our piece. Pretty sure I didn't cut it yet because I wanted to show you how to do it. So yep, this one. Alright, so that's the textured notes. These are current. I think all the stamp sets, only the Turtley Awesome is current. I think the others are all the way retired, but you can go on and get them on other places online. The retired groups, they will have those that you can get those if you want. Alright, but we have lots of new sets that will work just as good. Okay, so we have our piece here. This is also from the Most Adored, but I use the opposite side here, and you'll notice that it is a different sorry, a different shape, you know, width, and I think the length is the same. Yep, it's just the width. So what I did is I took my die and I lined it up on the on the die cut here. It's easier to do it this way. With the they fit in these little grooves, or the little parts that make the grooves, and so I just fit it in there to where if you pull on it, it's not going to come off. And then grab my machine here and see if I can get this down without, nope, let me tape it. Let's go this way. That should work. Yep. Alright, and I'm just going to put my top piece here. Just like this. You can do it as wherever you know, however wide or long you want it. And then, pull this back here so you can see. So when it comes out, you've got this side piece here off, but you've got your decorative piece still on there. And if you want it to go be less, like not as long, what you would do is you would line it up on the side. Let's see, I'll show you how to do that too. If I can get it in here. Some of these grooves are a little bit hard. You have to match it up where, there we go. All right, so it matches there. And then we would just stick this here. Oh man. Let's see. It's hard doing it away from me. There we go. Let's go like this. Nope. It's all good. We'll just do it just like that. Might be a little different, but it's okay. But it'll line up in the grooves, and then you'll run it through, and it will shorten that length on your piece. And so we will have it, here we go. It will just be shorter, but you'll still have the decorative border all around it. And that's going to be our little carpet, our little rug. Isn't that cute? So stinking cute. I love this card. So this goes here. That's where that's going to go. And then I have all my little pieces here. I left the dog to color with you guys, and so I've got all my books. So these are going to go down here, and how I got them to be in this order here, because see, they're in this order currently. All I did, my snips, I just snipped this bottom one off, and then I stuck it right on top like this. Whoops, like that, so that it was a little bit more even looking. And you can just line that up on your space, and then you can just grab your dimensionals and stick it together. Then you've got your books all the way together. And this goes down here. Then we've got our pink books. These, whoops, and I don't even have glue on my hands. These are going to go here. So we're going to put our dimensional on the back. These are going to go here. Then we have these two right here that are going to go like kind of on a slanted, kind of slanting towards those books. So I'm going to take a half a dimensional and put that on those. And that's just going to lay there. Then we have our purple. I like to lay it out first so that I know the spacing of everything, that I've got the spacing right. All right, so this one's first. And again, for some of these, I just cut them apart. Okay, and this one's in the middle. Okay, so for this one, there's these two books. This is a stamp. Where's my for the books? It's this stamp here to get these books right here. And I did that again with this set. So we have this one and this one, but I wanted a book in the middle here. This book right here, the dark one. So what I did was I cut out from this section, I stamped this, and I cut this book off. And then I just have that book as a separate piece that I put here in the middle. Like that. And then again, for that, you just can line it up. I'm going to show you a different way to line it up. You can put your dimensional on one of them, and then keep adding. So there's that one. And let's do a smaller one here. This one's going to hold this guy. That's a little too tall. Let's put it down here. And then we've got our set of purple books. Isn't that cute? I'm going to put another dimensional here to hold it together because it's coming apart. There we go. And that's going to go right here. And we've got our blue set of books that's going to slant there. And then we've got our top shelf books, which are these gray books. I did the same thing with this green book. I cut it out, and then I've got the blue section too. And I just pieced these together as well. I prefer to put them down, but however you get them together is what works. So the point is to get it together, right? That's the end goal. All right, perfect. There we go. Nice. So we have all of our books. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to put these down so I kind of know where they're going. I know I've got the right books in the right spot. This one here. When I was designing this, I was putting the books down, and then I was like, well, I don't like that there. I'm going to move it. And then it's like, oh, I like it there, but that color's not right. Or I like it better on the opposite side of the bookcase. There we go. So that one's just slanted over. And then we've got, put these in my bowl. That's what the bowl's for. Get this guy off. Fix this little fella here. He doesn't want to stick. And this one is not quite flush, so you see it's kind of at an angle here. So what I'm going to do is just snip it off just a tad bit, just to make it so that it's going to lay even. And then this one, I forgot to put a dimensional on, but this one is just going to go to the side here. And then this one goes in the middle. I'm going to hold it up here, make sure I kind of get it in the middle, because we're going to put our little bookends on either side. Perfect. So we got all of our books. Then let's do our little bookends. How I did that was I just cut out, stamped and cut out from the Totally Awesome, the two little cute little birds. And then I have just two little tiny pieces of pecan pie and pecan pie cardstock, and all I did was, I'm just going to cut it just a touch, and I just kind of cut it at a little bit of an angle, just so it kind of gave it like a, almost like they're standing on a pedestal or something kind of thing. There was no rhyme or reason to it. It just, that's what I did. And I'm going to put glue. I did try to use glue dots, but it didn't like sticking. So, just going to glue him there. Whoops, come back here. I'm going to glue him there and leave him. And so all I did was I just cut this a little bit smaller, and I just kind of cut it at a little tiny angle here so that it looked like that. And then I kind of did the same on the other side. So it kind of had like a, almost like a point to it, kind of. And I cut it a little bit shorter to match this other one. That's about right. And it's just kind of so that they look like they're standing on something. So this guy's going to go here. And then we need to glue, here he is. This guy, he's my favorite. I think he's hilarious. He just kind of pecking around for food. Alright, so tiny bit of glue there. And there we go. Alright, so we're going to put this guy down first. Gosh, these are so cute. Alright, so I'm going to use some of these half dimensionals here. And I'm going to stick this one here. And then I'm going to use this tiny one to go down on the little pedestal part. And then, whoops, I'm just going to cut off or pull off the backings, and then he's going to go, whoops, right here. How stinking cute is he? Oh, I love these cute little birds. He's going to go right there. I got a piece of cardstock there. Alright, and then we're going to do the same thing with this guy. Make sure he's stuck. Sometimes they didn't want to stick. So it's got such a small little spot. I think I had to do this one again. So I just cut the these little pieces in between. These are like the perfect size for these. So I'm going to stick this one right there. And this is definitely more of an artsy card. It's more of a card that, it's a display kind of card. It's a fun card that, you know, give to somebody really special. Or you make for yourself, because I'm going to have it displayed in my craft room. Alright. He's going to go right there. Just like that. Wow, how cute! They're so cute. Alright. Now we're going to go and we're going to do our basket right here. And how I did that. Oh, I also used the linked. Oh man. Linked together. Linked something. Linked together. Right? Is that what this is? Linked together. These two for the greenery. I used that. It wasn't, I don't think it was retired when I first started putting it on these baskets, but it might have been. So what I did, I think I have my 3 pieces. So I took one of these longer ones, and I have my little basket here. All I did was put it to where I had where they meet, right there, where they meet together, right here. I stuck that on the outside of my basket, and then I folded it over. And then I took a dimensional, stuck it down, just like that. And when I'm done, I'll glue it. But for now, it's going to be a little bit flappy. So that's the outside piece. And then to do all these little sprigs in here, all I did was I took some tear and tape, grab some of my tear and tape here, stuck it on the back, and then I took off the backing here. Whoops. And then I just snipped these down into little tinier pieces. I don't want it to go flying. Just little tiny, sprigs, kind of like that. And I just stuck them on the tear and tape in the back. Here's the other one. And even if they're small, they still work. See, like that one, it was really small, but it's poking its head out. It's kind of like how plants are, right? All right, I'm gonna grab this one. I'm gonna cut this at in the middle there so we get both. And stick this guy here, maybe. He doesn't want to stay. There we go. So now we've got those. And I just kind of added until I felt like it looked like it was full. Looked like it was good because I just wanted the basket to look like it had a plant growing out of it. Oh, let me pull off the dimensional backing. So I'm going to have to put that on the dimensional backing there. Alright, so this one's going to go on the dimensional backing. Kind of like that. And then let's do one more. Cut this guy off. And let's go right here. Just like that. Isn't that cute? We got our cute little basket. Alright. I'm going to flip this back over and I'm going to put a couple dimensionals on here. And that's going to help also reinforce the pieces that we placed on the tear and tape just to make sure that they stay. In case they decide they don't want to. And then I just nestled this right in here. And then I just took my glue. I stuck a little tiny dot. Please don't come out a lot. Make sure. Okay. I just stuck a little tiny piece of glue right there. Can you see it, sort of? Yeah. And so all I'm going to do is flip it down, and it's going to attach it to the basket there. So it's going to make it stay put. And you can move it around. You can pull it to the side. You can pull it to this side, however you want it to sit. And I also, I'm going to put it right on the shelf here. I also put a little dot to hold this guy down because he was flapping and I didn't want him to get snagged on anything. Did I put that one down? Nope. Yeah, that one can flap. That was just a long piece to flap. And there we have our cute little plant. So cute. All right, then we have our potted plant, which came from our Attention Shoppers bundle. And I just went ahead and colored it. This is, the green that I'm using is Shy Shamrock. This blue here is, I think that it's the dark balmy blue. And then the pink is Melon Mambo. Pretty sure that's the dark balmy blue, I think. So this guy's gonna go right here. So let's put a big dimensional. Where'd those go? I'm gonna put a big dimensional down here. There we go. And then I'm gonna put a half dimensional on the plant, like the actual leaves. There we go. And this one's gonna sit right here. And he does go a little bit onto the top of the other shelf, but I was like, I can't do too much more of that shelf being higher because it just looked funny. So he's just going a little bit over that shelf there. All right, then I have this little basket, which is the one that I got from the Crafting With You. It's got the stamp, and then it cuts it out. And I did this on, this is on crumb cake, and it's got pecan pie ink. And what I did, because this is pretty tall in there, I just snipped a little bit of it off, kind of looked at it, and I'm like, okay, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to stick that down there. Just wanted a cute little something down there. Let's see. Make it so it's centered here. Yep, and pull it just a little bit. There we go. Isn't that cute? That's our cute little bookcase there. So now we've got our little rug here. We're gonna have our little dog, and our little basket goes over here for his little toys. And could have sworn that I had my little pieces of basic beige, but I don't. So here, we'll use this. So what I did was, to get these to stick and pop up, I just used a piece of basic beige because it's going to blend in with the carpet, so you're not going to necessarily see it. And I just kind of bent it a little bit, and then I attached it to both the one to the basket here, and then one to the dog. So let's do the basket first. I'm just gonna cut this guy. Let me use this since I already have it right here. And I'm just gonna fold it so it makes a little crease. And then, where'd my basket go? Here it is. I'm gonna put the basket on the taller of the two. You see we've got a smaller side and a taller side. I'm gonna put it on the taller side. And I'm gonna snip it off just a little bit so you don't see it. There we go. Yep, and that will just sit. Yep. So then I'm just gonna glue it. And I found gluing, it was better to glue it than to tape it or glue dot it. It didn't seem to stay with the amount, you know, pulling it up and down. All right. So that one's good. And we just have to color our dog. And to color the dogs, I know some of you guys like to watch me color. I'm gonna do, this is Smoky Slate. This is the light Smoky Slate. I really liked him as a gray dog. I thought he was really cute. So there wasn't too much to it. I just colored him with the light gray. Colored his little face here. Isn't he so cute? I was sad that the umbrella left so quick. I liked that set. But the fun thing is, if you have stuff that is retired, you can do stuff like this and play around and have fun with it. That's what I like to do. Alright, there we go. Then I'm going to take my dark Smoky Slate. I'm doing the bullet end, the pointier end. I'm going to color in his little chest fur there. Then I'm going to put a little bit on his ear. And just a little bit in a couple places to shade. And then I'm going to take my light, this is light, right? Yeah. And I'm just going to kind of blend it together. Kind of have him, you know, because dog's fur is not always the same color. Here we go. Stuck to my finger. I'm going to go over his tail one more time. Okay. And that is our cute little doggy. Isn't he adorable? I love him. All right, and we're gonna do the same thing with him. I'm just gonna cut a little piece. And, whoops, I don't want it to be crooked. There we go. All right, and then he pretty much sits directly flush. And I'm gonna put a little bit of glue. Stick him on here. Scoot him over because he's got a piece coming out of the side there. All right, and he sits, he's got to sit flush. Here we go. Okay, then what I did was I tried to arrange them so that they are able to fold down. They're not going to go over the edge here. And that when they fold, they're going to kind of go underneath the side here so that it's a little bit more secure when it's in the envelope. So to do that, I did them one at a time. Let's do the dog first. So I'm just going to pull this up to have it standing up. Okay, you guys can still see. Okay, so I had him here, and I just kind of flipped him down, and he looks good right there. He's not going to go over, and then he's still, when you look at him, maybe he'll go this way. So you want to look at him and make sure you can see him when you're looking at the card, the front of the card. Will he go? Nope. Pull him a little bit more this way. Yep, that'll work, because when we take that down, his nose will go right under. Hopefully that makes sense. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to hold that right there and just stick a little bit of glue under here. And he's going to chill right there while we work with the basket. Yeah, there we go. All right, and then we're going to do the same thing with this one. I'm going to put it up. Whoops, I missed. Get in there. All right, so I want to be able to see it, but I also want it to fold nicely. And nope, just going to go over the side there. Let's see, I think it's got to turn a little bit this way is how I did it. Yep, okay. Let's see, I'm going to flip this up. And I'm going to just put a little bit of glue. Just hold him there for a second. And then now when we fold them, they both fold and they're not over the sides. So it'll easily go in the envelope and not rip. Make sure this guy's there. Yep. All right. Then I stuck this part up here so I could kind of, let me see, can you see that? Okay. I took the little piece that I was going to use for the little carpet, the rug, and I just kind of looked at where I wanted to place it, and I think I want it to go there. So I just glued it. Just going to put a little bit of glue. There we go. Oh, that's so cute. Isn't that adorable? And then of course our dog has toys, so I used these as little like tennis balls kind of, and these are the adhesive back swirl dots. These were with the Latte Love sweet that is now retired, but I still have a ton of these. So, because I loved these. Get this out here. What I did was I just took my little tool and I kind of mixed and matched. So I'm just gonna stick this one, whoops, stick this one here like it's coming out of the basket. Then let's do this little pink one. We're gonna do it closer to him. Then let's do one of these dark brown ones, maybe here. Let's do another white one, be here. 1, 2, 3, 4, so we need one more. Let's do a pink one here. There we go. And that is my project for you guys. What did you think? Folds flat, goes right into an envelope. It's a 5x7 card. It's using a lot of different products, but I think that's the fun of it. You can mix and match what you've got in your stash and make something really cool like this. So, so cute. And it just sits right up. Sit it on your shelf. And again, you can do the different colors with it. This one is pink. And for the book ends here, I used the new foil that we've got. You know, I use pretty in pink for the baskets. You can do it as a theme, and they still pop up. He just wants to stay down. You can put, you know, the rug in a different spot if you want. This one I did where I did it basic white. See if you can see that. And I used the blending brush on it to put a little bit of pink on that embossing there. Cute. Yeah, I love that it folds flat too. When I was first making it as a regular card, I was like, I can't make it flat, like just like this. I'm like, it has to be able to sit up because you got to have the dog. It just looked weird with the dog laying down like this. So I was like, you know what? It needs to prop up. And so that's how I was like, okay, we're going to prop him up. And I had to play around with the fold, but I got it. All right. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. My next live is going to be Monday, June 9th. This is coming Monday at 6:30 p.m. And I'm going to be doing florals and greenery. So I'm just going to kind of go through some of my current bundles and just kind of put some stuff together with different bundles and different pieces of flowers and greenery, and kind of give you ideas across the board. I thought that might be kind of fun. So I hope you will join me for that. And if you haven't already, follow me on all my socials, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And then I just want to go really quickly again over the giveaway. So just be subscribed to my YouTube channel. Subscribe to my email list. To subscribe to my email list, there's a link in the description. It says newsletter. You can click that link and it'll prompt you to sign, to put your email address in. And then once you put that in and click like the submit button, then you're on the email list. And then after this ends here in a couple minutes, you're going to post a comment on this video with the emoji that I'm getting ready to show you. And I'm going to have 2 winners. I will announce them on my next live, my normal live on 6/16. Not this coming week, but the following week. I want to give you guys a whole week to be able to have time to watch this video, see everything, and enter if you want to. All right. And here it is. Go ahead and put this emoji down in the comments to enter to win Created by Cassie Box or this card that we just made. You get to have it in your house, prop it up, or you can give it to somebody special. So there'll be 2 winners. One person will get the box, the Created by Cassie box, and the other will get this beautiful card. So put that emoji down in the comments. And thank you so much for spending your time with me tonight. I really appreciate it. Done twice this week, so I really, really appreciate it. I love getting to create items for you guys. This was really fun. I got to just use a whole bunch of stuff, whether it was retired or not, and I just had so much fun. Without further ado, I'm going to end the live. Once it's done, go to the video and put your entries in. All right, I will see you guys on Monday. Bye.